Fun fact about our next speaker, his favorite ice cream flavor is cold.
Please welcome Mr. John Rampton.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you wish your girlfriend was raw like me?
All right, how's everybody doing? You guys doing good? All right, I hope you guys like that intro music. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to gain real traction online. Who's business owner here? Who's selling products or services online? Pretty much every hand should raise up, so hopefully this will be good for all of you guys. Which way do I go on this? Okay, again, I'm John Rampton. A little bit about me, I write for several different places. So I write for Forbes, I write for Entrepreneur, I write for Inc., I write for Huffington Post, I write for a lot of different places. And today I'm going to be talking about how to get real traction to your business. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about a couple businesses that I've started. All in the past 18 months, I've sold a startup for a lot of money, and I've tanked another startup for a lot of money. So I'll teach you both ways how to gain traction and how to lose traction really quick. So first, I'm just assuming that every person in here has an amazing product or service. Does everybody have an amazing product or service? Who in the room sells a shitty product? I know there's somebody in here. Okay, I see a couple hands going up. It's all right. I understand. So kind of an assumption I'm doing is you do not have a shitty product. You know if you have a shitty product. One, everybody tells you. Two, you know it deep down in your heart. So first rule that I learned the hard way is customers are gold. So this past December, I had an e-commerce company called Organize.com, and we were selling. We sold on average 1,000 to 5,000 products a day. We were doing great, right? What did we do wrong? We treated our customers like shit. We didn't listen to them. We didn't care. Even though our satisfaction on Amazon was at 96%, we didn't really listen to them. You have to listen to your customers. Listen to every single thing that they say. Because if you don't, they will take your brand down. Now, another customers are gold, and why I focus so much on customers and knowing your customers is I had another product. Before this company, I started a company called Pixlu. We help people sell their homes online. So basically what we did is we went and people could upload photos of their house, videos, and we exported across the web. We launched the company, and within 6 weeks, we'd acquired 90,000 customers that were paying us money. 6 weeks. And we sold to a very, very large real estate firm that every person knows that we can't disclose. But what was it that made us? In that time, I spent over $200,000 on AdWords. Know how many customers I got out of that? Guess. I got about 25 customers. So it was about $1,000 acquisition cost, which our product was free. So it didn't really make sense at all, and it really hurt us. Guess where all of our customers came from? Guess. Word of mouth. From friends, from our customers. Our customers signed up, they loved our product, and they told their friends about it, and family about it, and they put us all over the web and got us, one, millions of links, but two, 100,000 customers in a couple weeks. Now, there were a couple other things that went along with that, and I'm going to go into them. Things that we knew about our customer. You need to know who they are. Does every person in here know who their customer is? Do you guys all know? Do you guys talk with your customers? Do you guys interact with your customers? Yeah? No? Okay, who's called up every single one of their customers and talked with them on the phone? That's awesome. We tried to do it, but it got a little painful. We literally called up, I would say, our first 4,000 customers. Me personally, on the phone, I was calling up every single one of the customers first, and these were free customers that had signed up. I was saying, hey, what do you like about our product? Where did you find us? Can I answer any questions? Every person loved that. I know who they were and everything about them. You have to know, what are their pains? What pains do they have? These people couldn't sell their homes online. They were too poor to afford a real estate agent. I had to know what pains they really worked with and what pains they had. How do I solve that problem? Well, obviously I built the most amazing site in the world, but we all do that. But we have to know that and explain that and show that. Next question that I asked every single one of them, I always ask them, where did you go to right after my website? Because I want to know. There are tools out there that can do this. Adobe Marketing Suite. Anybody else know any sites out there that can track where people go after your site? No? Oh, well, Adobe Marketing Suite is really great. I use that on most of my things. It's a little pricey, but it tells me where people are going after my website. So after a person leaves my site, I know which sites they go to. Guess what I do? I market the hell out of those people on those sites. I build products that are very complementary to them. I put up branding very similar to those products because that is me saying, hey, I know my customers, I know where they're going, I know what they're doing, I know, it's kind of like that stalker person. I am an amazing stalker. You guys can ask me about how I met my wife later. Okay, next, you need to know how to pitch press. I get pitched literally 100 to 300 times a day to write a story about your sad little startup. Okay? I get sick of it. You have to stand out. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to stand out. First of all, it needs to be exclusive. Now, all these slides will be on my site. They're already live, johnrampton.com. You guys can find it under the press section. All my slides are online, so you can see that. So you don't need to sit and write. It needs to be exclusive. That's a really good thing, especially with large magazines. You need to tell the person in press what you do and who you are in 5 words or less. You need to be able to explain your business in 5 words or less. This is from a pretty famous person around here in Silicon Valley. Does anybody know Dave McClure? 500 Startups? He's a guy that invests in hundreds of startups around Silicon Valley and has made a stink load of money. He says your business should be described in 3 to 5 words. And that's on the front of your website and when you're pitching it to anybody. Customers, how many they are and where they, and why they care. Yeah, sorry about that. And why they care. Your competitors, who they are and info about them. You need to be able to highlight the selling points of your business. You also need to point out your bigger competitors and make sure they're legit. So, I put together, here's exactly a pitch that I pitched to TechCrunch. Does anybody know TechCrunch? Who would like to get their business on TechCrunch? This has worked 9 out of 10 times. This exact same format. So, this is to Anthony. So I'll shoot a little thing. As you know, I work in the SEO space, fast-growing company. So I'm telling them basically what about myself. Next, I tell them the site is local site submit. They raised a little bit of money from this person, and they compete with, these 2 big companies. So you need to tell a little bit about your company, why you're pitching him, and the 2 big competitors. For this, it was Yext and Moz. They sync local things. I tell a little bit about them, why they're cool. Next, I go into how many users they have, how many employees, a little bit more about them. Then I go into their competitors. When you're pitching press want to know that you are legitimate, that you are going after a space that people care about. Not that there's 20 customers and you have 15 of the 20 customers out there. They want to know that this is a big space, that their publication will get more people reading it because of you. So you need to prove out what your competitors are doing. Now in this, I said, this is the problem we're solving. Here's our competitors. Does this make sense to everyone? You're giving them the best possible view of your company out there. So basically what this does is it proves to the press that, one, you're a legit player in the space. Two, that there are other legitimate players. And three, you are better than them. Press is a key to getting mass traffic online. Now, something you guys should know. There are big sites out there, and there are massive sites out there. Sites out there that you guys should be focusing on are smaller sites that have very, very large audiences. For example, Forbes. Has anybody ever gotten on Forbes before? Lots of people. Does it drive a whole lot of traffic? Yeah, every person's like, no. Forbes, everybody thinks it's the most amazing. It is a very good stamp. It's one of those notable things, but Forbes will not drive a lot of traffic. Forbes, I've written on there 1 million times. It drives about 100 people to my site a month. It's not a whole lot. TechCrunch, on the other hand, it'll drive 10,000 people in one day. Other big sites, Read Write Web, everybody is like, oh my word, let's get on Inc. It's the coolest site. It'll drive 50 people to your site versus some of the other sites. So really pay attention to what sites have large amounts of people that have big followings and small amounts of articles. Those will get you more traffic to your site. And that's what you guys want. Obviously, we all want to get on Forbes. We all want to get on Inc. We all want to get on some of these big sites. They will not drive a whole lot of traffic to your site. They won't drive customers to you. They'll drive a very good social signal and a very good signal to people saying, oh, we've been featured on Forbes, Inc., a couple other companies, but they won't drive actual customers. Know who to pitch when. Next, community. Community is key. You have to be a part of your community. How can you do that? Well, here's things. One, help others. Community is about helping people. So I went to a conference about 2 weeks ago called PubCon. Has anybody heard of it? So at PubCon, I asked 43 people, hey, how can I help you? Guess how many of them asked me afterward, how many of them can help me? One person. 1 out of 43. A community is about helping other people. The more you help, the more you'll get. As one of the previous speakers today said, it'll come back over and over and over the more you help people. Next, try and speak at conferences or local meetups in your area. This is another way to be a part of your community. Blog regularly. Yeah, you guys got what I meant there. Blog a lot. And make sure the blog posts are good. Don't just put up crap. Nobody wants crap. A community is not going to be around crap. They're not going to center around it and rave about it. So really blog regularly about really good stuff. Next, comment on influencers and comment on other people in your community. So follow those people. If you guys are building the most amazing plugin in the world, be part of the plugin community. Don't just sit and plug your own. Go out, read other people's stuff, comment on it, be a real part of the community. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah? That's it. I'm John Rampton. Thanks, you guys. I have a couple minutes for questions if anybody has any. Does anybody have any questions?
So you're talking about pitching a journalist with an exclusive story. Would you literally just contact each journalist at a time and wait for them to take you up on it or not, or would you just send out 10 at a time?
Yeah, so typically I didn't go as much into my stalking a thing. You really should know the journalists a little bit before. Try and stalk them, get to know them, follow them, comment on their stuff about a month before you pitch them, and do that. I would recommend pitching 3 to 4 people at the same time and pitch them exclusive. If one of them grabs onto it, you got them, and the first person to put it up gets it. So I would pitch 3 to 4 at a time. If you're not sure and you're like throwing a pie in the sky, pitch more than that, but 3 to 4 if you have pretty good odds.
Thanks.
I have a question. At what point in your experience do you think is the right time to pitch the press in the growth of a company?
I think it's whenever you're releasing something amazing. Raising money is a really good sign. Benchmarks in a company like 50,000 customers or a couple million revenue or some amazing benchmark that you guys feel is amazing, I would pitch them that at that time. Or if you hit a benchmark and somebody else just barely got press about it, you can go pitch other press people and say, hey, this company just got a story on this. We're better. Here's why. And here's something really amazing about us and why you should write about us.
You mentioned about getting the data from other companies, like the competitors. How do you get this data?
Getting data about your competitors?
Yeah, like how much turnover, how much subscriptions they have, etc.
So subscriptions I'm not sure about. I check just blogging metrics to their site. I use a tool called Search Metrics. Yost popped them earlier. Search Metrics, they're a little expensive, but I just pay attention to what's going on in their site. I mean, I know it's a horrible metric, but Alexa ranking, it tells a little bit about the site, like how many people are going to it. You can kind of average out like, they're doing a good job, they're getting a lot of people there, or they're not. You can also look at inbound links, who's talking about them, and Chatter Online. SEMrush has a decent thing that talks about inbound links. Moz has a really good tool to just check inbound links and that type of stuff. Also, there's a lot of tools out there, like social tools, that you can get free analytics on who's chattering about people online. Anybody else? All right, thanks guys.
Thank you.